This whole fucking thing was your idea. This whole fucking thing. So you tell me what we're gonna do.
What?
This was your fucking idea.
Here's...
You came to my house with your little shitty, sweaty handheld tape recorder and was like, "Let's make a podcast."
Here's the deal. I came in and sat down and said,
"While you're kissing me, but do this while you're kissing me."
Get the fuck away from me. I came in and said to Greg,
what
do you want to talk about? God damn it.
You guys are sitting side by side.
Shut your fucking mouth. You haven't introduced you yet.
Here's how I do it.
You fucking giant monster. Shut the God damn it. Everybody sit the fuck down.
It feels like when I listen to it, but it's more fun.
Sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck. I love it. Like
this podcast is like it's like a guy holding a dude's head in a shit-filled toilet and just slowly licking his back while the guy's just screaming.
No.
You're listening to Walking the Room. It's an asshole party.
Dude, shut up. Because you have no story, so it's just blather. You're just gonna fucking shout into the machine.
I asked you what the fuck you wanted to talk about.
This is your show. You tell me.
God damn it.
When you're not here, when you're not here, I run my finger up my ass crack and stick it in front of my nose and go, Dave. That's how I fucking. That's what I do when I want to recall you.
Ray Booker in the old days used to have a joke that said, "You ever stick your finger in your ass and then smell it? What are you expecting to smell? Strawberries?" And I used to every time go, "What in the fuck are you doing on stage saying that? You're admitting you stick your finger in your ass and you smell it." What the fuck is the matter with you?
When you're dissecting the comedy of Ray Booker, you've done your homework in preparation for the show. This is Walking the Room.
We have a guest. His name is Brian Posehn. He's been on TV and a bunch of shit, and no one cares about his fucking credits. We're here to talk about life, man. We've known each other since
forever.
The late 80s.
Uh-huh.
We started at
Did you know Brian before I knew Brian, or did I know Brian first?
Around the same time.
Same time.
Did you meet? Where did you meet Brian?
I think I knew you first because I knew you. Well, we knew each other before I moved there.
Yeah, notoriously.
You hated me.
No, I didn't hate you. Here's the thing, and I heard you tell the story on Marin, so I'll explain it because
I didn't do Marin's, but one of those other ones.
One of the other ones. One of those ones where people make you talk about your shit. What it was I opened for you, or I was opening.
I did a guest set.
You did a guest set on
in my hometown of Sonoma.
Sonoma, right? So I'm hosting the show. It's Valentine's.
Yeah. Oh, it was.
It was Valentine's. Oh, that day does not end well for me. Like if you put a mojo on me because you thought I was a dick, I ended up in jail that night. So Brian is. This has got to be 89, right?
90 was when I was recovering. Yeah.
So Brian is also known as the Piranha. Oh, really? Fuck, dude. Fuck.
Is our meat...
Dig a story up from your neighborhood.
Is our meat cute more...
Tell me about someone that parked in your driveway again, will you? Fuck. Okay, talk about your career. Let's hit some highlights. What do we got?
No, go ahead.
Do it.
Dave and I have a meet cute that's way way more interesting than that.
Yeah.
Go ahead with your story.
Anyway, I got Brian's name wrong because it's got a fucking silent H in it, and Brian got my name wrong because it has a silent H in it, and I was wearing a suit jacket, and Brian, here's why I hated you. Brian, as I recall...
Was this on IFC's Gayest Fights Ever? The Silent H fight of 1987? Go ahead.
When do you start doing stand-up?
Nobody
you should
knows.
try it.
Nobody knows.
But you should go out and do it. You should go do stand-up.
Talk to your friend.
When are you going to try it?
Talk to your goddamn
When are you
friend.
going to do stand-up?
Go with your
story.
story.
But when you
I
go.
want to hear more about the Silent H battle.
Is that how it went down?
Yeah, you butchered my name, and then I got up, and you hadn't had that great of a set.
No,
right?
No, I don't recall.
Full dude of guys that I went to school with.
Oh yeah,
that were actually still my friends, and they were like excited that I was there, and I'm doing a guest set. I think I crushed. And I made fun of your name.
I think you did.
I made fun of you.
I think you did do well.
Yeah. And
So I wouldn't like you.
You went back to Tony Kameen and said, like, who's this Brian Posehn guy?
Yeah, he was a total dick. But at the same time,
he's like, no, he's funny. He's
at the
nice.
same time, though, I thought you were pretty cool. Like you had, because at the time, as you'll recall, this was during the like Kinnison Bobcat like Dice era, where like you needed to be almost a character to be on stage, and you fucking had the leather jacket with the Punisher on it and the fucking long hair. Like, you had a thing, and I was fucking floundering around in the Macy's men's department in a suit jacket. So I was trying to figure it out, and I was annoyed with you for being cooler than me.
Yeah, I was totally flat.
I mean, that changed radically and right away. But no, I'm kidding. But
that Piranha thing is. Ugh.
But then how did we never? I mean, the Piranha. You were, right? You called yourself the Piranha. Why the Piranha? What
All
was
right,
that?
so the rest of the show we're going to call Brian the Piranha.
You're in the.
Well, the
you're in
same
my
reason
phone as
you
the
had like a
Piranha.
white boy rap. I mean,
What?
Right.
What?
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm a white guy. You remember that? I was.
No.
Yeah, for the first 2 years of my. Yeah.
Really? Maybe I just blanked it out. So it's only going to stay friends with you.
No, I
You know,
know.
like, a guy went on stage at the Improv on Saturday night and he's a white guy, and did a rap as a baby. So it was a baby white guy rap. So he's rapping
God.
like he's a
brap.
baby.
That's called a brap. That's called a brap or a brappy.
Or a bright.
What a brick.
Or a wavy. It was,
I'm a baby.
It made me
wavy.
sad to a depth I had never experienced before. Like, it was just fucking horrendous.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, this was '89.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, it was still
okay, yeah.
Right? I mean, it was still, and it was.
And I only called myself Piranha for, I guess, like a year and a half, but then it was still, there was residual because people knew me as that.
Yeah.
So then in San Francisco, people right away were like, ah.
But where did that come from? What was the decision to?
It was totally Bobcat. And Tom Kenny calling himself Tomcat. And Slayton being the pit bull.
That's right.
And
I was the kitty.
It was all that.
You were the baby sloth.
The kitty.
No, you were baby sloth.
Hi, baby sloth.
And it was also, it came from when I first started, I was so different on stage. I was more aggressive, and I, just like fake anger, and, not like some of the guys in the 90s that we hated, but like, I would open like with like a Kennison kind of, or no, more like a Dice Clay kind of a non sequitur thing that was just really dirty. I did this thing about fisting myself, and like that was in the first couple of years, and that's.
Did you ever do that? Did you ever fist yourself just to really get into the joke?
No,
Did you,
see,
Ray
that's
Booker,
what a horrible comic I was. I didn't. It wasn't from a real place. I hadn't really fisted. But now, if I wrote a fisting joke,
you could have done a ton of those. Yeah, you could have done a ton of those.
If you had fisted yourself, do you think you would have smelled your fist afterwards?
Yeah. Expecting strawberry?
At least once. At least one time you would. You want to go, well.
Why is strawberry the thing here?
I don't know.
I'm expecting shit smell, probably.
That's been my experience so far.
But but I was just more aggressive, and Piranha made sense. It was like, oh, I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be the, and then I went, I'm not really that guy ever in real life, and I was more laid back, and it just sort of fell away. And then I realized, in San Francisco, nobody had those names.
My act eventually gave way to jokes.
Right.
I had the worst jokes. I mean, I watched a set of mine from 2 Drink Minimum the other night. I'm like, how the fuck did anyone let me go on television? I don't even have anything resembling a punchline.
That was funny back then.
Lobster Bisque was okay. That was the Jimi Hendrix thing.
Before you were on TV, maybe, but the stuff you were doing, really?
Here's my opening joke from 2 Drink Minimum. I'm walking down the street, and this guy goes...
But you had Lesser Kudu around then.
Lesser Kudu was all right. Yeah. But it was like, but anyway, those were early days. But
What's one of your bad jokes?
What was the
I was walking down the street, and a guy yelled, "Hey man, your girlfriend's a peach," and then it turns out she had a fuzzy face and a stem growing out of her hair, and I was like, that. Like, and nobody stopped me. Like, people let me put on an outfit and go on television.
But that wasn't bad. That was a time. I mean, that was because the people that you worship did jokes like that. That was like a Jeff Pulte joke, or a Rick Rubin joke, or Bob Rubin.
Rick Rubin. We started doing comedy with Rick Rubin, and he was like, "I'm kind of into music, man," and we were like, "No, you're a great stand-up."
He would put Slayer riffs into all of our bits.
He didn't actually tell a joke. He'd just come in and lay on the floor and listen to jokes.
But yeah, you know what I mean. That's like that. That's that early '90s San Francisco style
right.
that you really were into.
Yeah.
Like a Johansson kind of thing where it would go
weird,
to a weird place.
Yeah. But it just couldn't seem like I watched this thing and that is it couldn't be less genuine or
You had stuff like that. Didn't you have a cow in a tree or something?
I had a whole thing about hating cows, but yeah, I had all kinds of shit like that.
But
too.
we had shit that wasn't real.
I had a thing about making butter in the subway, and like none of it made any sense.
right?
Yeah.
But that was like that. There was that kind of like that was part of that time.
Yeah.
Where those sort of weird guys.
I didn't do the silly at that point like him. I was more in. I think I was more influenced at that point by like Proops and Rhodes.
Yep.
Like I was totally hanging out with Tom Rhodes all the time and watching him.
You
and,
do sort of pick these people because you need to fucking. It's like it's no different than starting music and playing. You know, it's like the Stones going. Well, we just started playing blues records till they knew how to write. You do kind of pick something. I don't know. I mean, there were a few people that came right out and had some version of a voice, but I haven't heard someone discuss. I mean, I remember Mitch Hedberg was sort of Mitch when he came out to San Francisco, but he hadn't completely become the guy he would end up being, right? And he had a little Rhodes in him too.
Yeah.
I mean, he had like a little Tom Rhodes. Like, I think you do have to get on stage when it's not going well.
Yeah.
You remember that when Jeff Boltz just stammered.
Yeah.
That you could get out of that with a laugh.
I would act things out a little bit like Rhodes did, but not to the, and I played up the stoner thing a little bit like he did, but not to the extent of, I wasn't running around going, no hurricanes. But you got a little big at times.
Rhodes, I know you're not listening to this, but we fucking love you, man.
I love Tom.
I do too.
I went dark and
but I knew you would get the...
Yeah, you did. You went dark, but that's the thing that's so weird about you.
Yeah,
the thing I thought was so funny about you.
Ray James,
I went into
Lincoln Earl, and yeah.
I know, but the weird thing about it is that you were so fucking goofy. That's why I thought you were funny. I still think you were funny. Is that like I always thought, like the first time I saw you, I thought, fuck, you were really goofy and funny. And then at some point, like when you went to New York, and I went to Los Angeles,
his jokes were still goofy. No, like
Dave.
Everybody was doing those dead hooker jokes.
Dead hooker was the
but
rape.
His dead hooker was silly.
Dead hooker,
they were surreal.
Dead hooker was the rape of today. Whereas now you don't have a rape joke. You haven't done any comedy.
Yeah, that whole group, everybody had a dead hooker bit.
Yeah, everyone.
About, wrapping it in a
Can I tell you a story?
Carpet and throwing it in a.
Dave used to say things about. Dave used to bring up. He used the word drifter a lot, though, which I liked.
I use drifter all the time.
Drifter was a good one.
Drifter was one of my favorites. So there were like different camps, and I was in the dark, weird Holy City Zoo camp, kind of.
Yeah, but you hung out.
I hung out with everybody.
Some of those guys didn't hang out with us.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So
you were more. We all hung out.
I was but I was also more considered to be in that group a little bit more. And
your comedy fit in.
Yeah, and so we're leaving the Holy City Zoo one night, and we used to just hang out on the sidewalk and talk for hours. Like we would talk for hours, and so it's like 3 a.m, and I'm heading home, and I'm walking to my car, and I'm walking with this guy Ray James, and we walk past a store, and there's a dead kitten in a box, right? Like the kitten had died, and someone's like, "Well, put it out here for the garbage men or whatever."
For you two assholes to stumble.
No, not even me. I'm like, well, that's fucked. I'm like, that's fucked up. And Ray's like, I'm like, oh no, what's happening? And he's like, and he picks up the dead cat, and he had big black gloves on for some reason because the set he had done.
It was cold there.
No, like gloves you use when you're disposing of a body gloves, like the big long black gloves. Like he was coming out of a butcher shop and he just killed something for whatever bit he did that night about murder and slaughter. And he picks up the cat and he walks over to a newspaper box and he puts a coin in and he throws the cat inside and closes it. And I'm like, dude, some fucking poor worker guy. He gets up at 6 a.m. He's like, I hate my job. What the fuck?
Not on my favorite. This is the best issue of BAM ever.
Those are the kind of people I hung out with.
It was the 90s and we were dark and
I know.
crazy.
Do you remember
we
the
didn't
obsession
give a shit
with
about
it?
Nothing.
So then I don't know how it all morphs. You end up with Patton, but Patton and Blaine move out there, and then you guys all get a place together with Patton.
I moved first, and then Blaine moved into my spot, still in the city, and then they were a couple months behind me. They came down to work on a pilot that Rick Messina had set up.
Down
But I
here.
came down to work. Yeah, I came
No, but
down
I-
here.
when
guys
you were in
lived
San
up there
Francisco-
across from the Abbey Tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was me and Patton.
You and Pat
And then
moved into a place
I
together.
moved and
Yeah.
left some of my
Okay,
shit there for a while.
you lived
yeah.
across from the Abbey Tavern. Which
Yeah.
was an Irish bar. All the Irish bars in San Francisco used to be in Irish neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Then the Irish neighborhoods went away, and so they were like in the middle of an Asian neighborhood.
We still had a few, though. There were still a
There
few
were
Irish
some,
pubs
but it
there.
wasn't.
Yeah.
but the pubs were there, but there was
Right.
nothing else Irish.
No
happening
Irish
around
food. It was all Korean
It was-
food.
yeah, it was all
and
Korean.
Yeah.
And so you guys lived
A
across
lot of
the
Irish
street.
fighting, though. Lots of
Yes.
Irish
But-
fighting.
yeah.
But didn't you guys? Wouldn't you like fuck with that bar?
We prank called the Abbey
That was it.
Tavern.
This is at the height.
Yeah, and the
This
best
is at the
part
height of it.
is we could watch them. It was like calling Mo's Tavern, but actually getting to see Mo inside the tavern lose his fucking mind.
Yeah,
Because
right.
we could see right down from Patton's window into the fucking bar. The guy, this Irish guy, just would lose his mind. We called him on St. Patty's Day their busiest fucking day. Like, with the purpose of
Right.
just fucking with this guy.
But here, this is all pre-internet,
Yeah.
pre-fucking cell phone.
Patton
And
went and got the thing. He went to Radio Shack.
Yeah.
We decided we moved in together pretty quickly. Decided we
the
were
three
going to do
things that were
prank
big.
calls.
The three things that were big at this time were in comedy. Crank calls were big.
Mm-hmm.
Making crank calls was a big deal. Serial killers. You had to have some working knowledge of serial killer, even if you were Jake Johansson, and taking ecstasy, which we did.
This is a total
lot.
non sequitur, and then we'll get right back. But after that whole phase, I sold all my serial killer books. Remember that girl Paula? I was down here in LA.
Yeah.
This is late '90s, and we were having a yard sale, and so it's all Paula stuff that she'd gotten from the wardrobe world.
Yep.
And then I had a stack of like awful, like A to Z serial killers
Sure.
and all this shit, and just dark shit. And a teenage girl and her father came over and she was like, like Winona Ryder and Beetlejuice kind of thing, and she bought the whole stack of books, and her dad paid for the books, and I just stood there, took the guy's money, and just never even said, but there was kind of this like unsaid, like, yeah, I know.
Enjoy the Ed Gein. He's fun.
Yeah.
Shoehorn out of a shin.
You just skip to the nipple belt. I think your daughter's going to love that. A young lady loves a nipple belt story. I mean, it's always a thing.
It's a phase.
man.
We get it. Yeah. She probably won't dabble.
I lived with Vernon Chapman
Oh yeah.
for a while on Haight Street, and Vernon went on to create Wonder Chosen.
Right. But his prank calls were hilarious.
Crazy. So one time, he was also a telemarketer, and it was something about roofing. So he would call up and try to sell people roofing. And I'm in the house one day, and he just starts laughing, and he goes, "We got to call this person back." So he calls back, and he's got it now. It's on speaker or whatever, so I can hear it. He calls back, and it's an old woman, and we made hundreds of these calls to this woman, and he would start out going, are you interested in? No, I don't want any. And it would just keep going, and then she would always end by going, "Go shit in the hat," and then she'd hang up her phone. So we literally had like 100 recorded calls of talking to some woman.
That was
us
just
doing a million voices, and every single one would end with her going, "Go shit in the hat," and hanging up the phone.
Well,
I love that that's the worst thing she could think that you could do. Like that A, who likes hats? Me a little bit. But B, shitting is like telling someone to go shit in a hat's not that's not a horrible thing to ask someone to do.
Well,
right?
but then I assume
Go shit on your sister.
maybe
Yeah.
you
Right? Go shit up a tree.
Maybe you're supposed to put the hat on afterwards.
But either way, you're getting rid of
well,
waste.
she wants you to forget about it. Forget that you
shit
shat
in a
in it.
hat,
Yeah,
and then
But
you
she
pick it up
got
and go, "Well, this hat looks comfy. Oh my god, I shit in that."
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I shit in my hat.
It's all part of her plan.
I guess so.
Master
Yeah.
plan.
I hadn't seen it.
The best was Patton and I, like, we had story and character at first in our prank calls, and then they sort of devolved into, we just did, what we call it, speed round, where we would try to get people, I think it was my stupid idea, and it didn't even last very long, because you can only go so far with it, and it was to see what was the quickest you could get somebody to hang up by calling them. And it was me just going, cunt, 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 and then somebody click.
Cunt.
It was just
On the
awful.
fourth cunt, I hung up.
No, I was
The third cunt, I thought it was a friend, but by cunt number 4, I was like, I'm hanging up,
When I hear a
man.
third con, I'm like,
Speed
Bob,
round.
Bob, is that you?
There was nowhere you could go with that.
That's
No.
so hilarious.
Well, fuck you guys. That's the end of the segment.
Is that the end? Why does it? That's
Fuck you.
Welcome back. You are listening to Walking the Room with Greg and Dave and our good friend Brian Posehn. Posehn!
It's
I
better.
totally get
I
it.
don't. Griffin. Before we even fucking start with kicking the box, we're in a small space. Griffin, fire breathing, right on top of you.
You're a fucking retard.
I don't give a shit. This is
But if
your
you-
thing.
This is
And
your
then you're
Griffin.
like, what are we gonna do?
Griffin! Like
No,
you're
that's
like
not how
a
it goes.
fucking
You haven't
moronic
listened to it. No.
Griffin.
Griffin.
I'm a Griffin! Like you're a fucking stupid Griffin.
How would your Griffin go?
You take Griffin!
Like that's just fucking. That's like blowhard. I'm not afraid of that Griffin. That one doesn't surprise me. It's typical. It's loud. That's your other character. Loud and gay guy. Those are your two characters.
But you just stay in gay guy.
Griffin, fire breathing, and then I kill you.
You know what?
How do you not hit him when he does the
why
Griffin
do you have to
thing?
use gay guy as an insult? Because gay guys listen to this show.
I don't think
No,
it's an
you
insult.
used it as a punchline. Brian was here to see it.
I don't think it's an insult.
Give me a hug.
No, get the fuck
A
away
fresh
from
one.
me. I don't want to hug
A
you.
freshie.
I don't want to fucking hug you.
Give me a freshie.
I don't want to hug you.
I just winked.
I don't like
We have a
you.
secret,
Oh,
don't
God.
we, Brian?
No, we do
I
not.
don't like you right now.
Secret.
I don't like you
We
right
have a
now.
secret.
No, put your hands down. Put your fucking hands
Come
down.
into the carty.
I have a fucking update. Jesus Christ. So,
Go ahead.
number one, Crickets has been putting her shit in my fucking garage and just leaving it there, like everything else. She's just been like, hey, there's an open garage, and she just puts her shit in there, and I keep going, hey, could you get your stuff out of blah blah blah. So the other day, I just took it out and I hauled it all out of the garage and I stuck it in the middle of the common parking area, and I put a note on it like, the garage is cleaned out. You got to do something. And it sat there for 2 days, so then I just took it and fucking hucked it in the back. Right? I just
Yeah.
tossed it like where the garbage is. I don't give a shit.
Fuck crickets.
What kind of stuff was it?
Chairs, and there was some. She does art.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Like painting?
Yeah, she does
Why
paintings.
didn't you bring one of those
Oh
here?
shit! I'll take a.
Fuck, we could be giving those to listeners. Who would want a fucking crickets painting? I want one. I want a fucking crickets painting. You know about
Yeah,
crickets,
no.
right? You know,
Well,
she's got
yeah.
19 she's
No,
got
and it
19
makes
by
total
John.
sense that she paints. 'Cause,
Yeah.
You know when you're in, she's in her 20s, right? Or her 30s? Or is she young?
She's
young.
mid-20s.
Yeah.
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 Because everybody that, like, kind of sucks then, they also paint. You know, like when you know somebody
what? I'm
and you're
gonna
like,
express
I don't really
myself.
like you that much.
That's-
And then you're over at their house and they're like, oh, you look at my paintings. Oh, that's why.
Have you ever met an actual painter? Have you ever? I dated. Do you remember that girl I dated briefly? That lived down at the bottom of the Haight, Laura. She was really pretty, Laura. Anyway, she was a painter, and she would paint for fucking days. Like she wasn't like. There's a difference
Yeah, that's
between
what a
the
painter
amateur,
is. Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
A painter's
Days.
like, I gotta finish. This fucking
Canvas.
painting is inside of me.
Right.
I gotta get it out.
Turpentine.
My daddy hurt me.
That's
And
not
then-
what I'm
Turpentine all
talking
over her
about.
fingers,
Yeah, yeah.
paint on her fucking like she was always
No, this
speckled
is-
in
I'm talking
paint.
about
No,
the
this is
asshole
what I'm saying.
who dabbles.
I have 2
Yeah, yeah.
hours. I'm going to go paint, which is fine.
I had a roommate who decided he was going to paint.
Yeah,
It was
most painters don't. Most actual painters don't tell you they paint because it's such an obsession.
No.
They don't want you to even fucking check
Right.
it out. Like they don't want you to know. You find out.
No, you walk back.
But if someone
there
says
and
I
he's-
paint,
I'll take pictures of her
you're Ron
paintings.
Wood and you're in the Stones. Do fucking one thing and try and do that good.
I'll take pictures of her paintings. They're terrible.
No.
Like, how do you make a flower look that
But here's
bad?
the
Like,
thing.
they're just.
But here's the beauty of it. Because we've fucking turned her into a myth. Because she's a legend here.
Mm-hmm.
In our world, her art would have value, right?
Yeah.
Because we've created an art. Like in her world, she couldn't. She doesn't know this exists. She
Right.
doesn't know that there's a place where her paintings could go for money because she's legend.
I knew who she was when you said crickets. I went, oh,
Right.
that.
It's the girl with 19 vaginas that is always leaving her car in your driveway, leaving your door open, and putting her shit in your
I
yard.
hate her for weeks
You know
now.
what she did the other day? I'm outside with Finn, and Finn loves dogs. So he sees a dog, he goes crazy. She pulls up in her car, and she goes, "Hey, Finn, do you want to play with Bill?" Bill's her dog. And I'm like, that's great. And Finn starts jumping up and down. He's going to play with Bill. She drives off to park, and then she comes back and she goes inside and she never comes out. And Finn's like, where's the dog? Cricket just went inside and started doing something else. Hey, do you want to have fun? Yeah. Okay, bye-bye.
Oh, man.
Okay, baby.
So-
now forget what I told you, baby.
Hey, Finn, welcome to sex.
Don't obsess
By
about
the way,
it, baby.
Finn, welcome to sex. That's how it's going to be. You want to fool around? I do. I got to go.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Welcome to women, by the way.
I
by the way.
I will take a picture.
By the way.
I will take a picture of the of the paintings, and I will put them up when we put this episode up. And it's like they're paintings for the criminally stupid. Like they're just,
I just love it.
Ridiculous.
I want one. I think, this the closet is pretty filled with clothes, but there is a spot right there for
I
a
can't
cricket.
steal one.
Yeah,
I'm not
take
going to
one.
steal a painting.
Let's take it. Why?
That's criminal. I'm not a hobotang.
First, she
I don't
fucking
just
knows.
steal.
You're a little hobotang.
You leave an orange.
I love it. He knows it.
Someone
he gets
paid
it.
me for a painting in oranges.
I swear to God, if you asked her for find the one you like, I'll give you $10 for it, and you give it to her.
No, but if I ask her for it, she thinks I'm going to hang it in my house.
No. You say it's a gift for a friend.
Ugh.
I love it.
Okay, so I'm in the house 2 nights ago, and I hear all this yelling outside, and I go out, and there's an old lady and an old man, and a 30-year-old woman, Hobotang dad, Hobotang mom. They're getting into the car. Hobo baby is coming. Hobo tiny tang? Yeah, they went to a birthing center. They didn't go to a hospital. They went to let's shit
Oh, they
this
had
out
their
in the
baby.
They
tub.
had the baby.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So they were running off to the hospital.
To have their baby.
Yeah. I don't know if it came out yet. I don't know how Hobotangs have
They didn't
babies.
actually
I don't
do
know
it.
if
Can I tell you
swing
something? They didn't do it in a
tree.
tub. Do you know what you know a lot of folks will do?
What?
Like, you know what a Hobotang will do? Find an empty fountain. So there's in LA, because it's so hot down here, and because sometimes we get in drought mode, there's a lot of empty
They
fountains.
went where they shot the opening of Friends.
Oh my God! Down and now. Absolutely
The
right.
fountain where Matthew Perry
Yeah.
jumped
And do
around in.
they slice oranges and put it in the water? So when it comes in, it knows that that's its home and it's sent. And
That's
they-
exactly right. That's exactly
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they
yeah.
do.
And then
Slices, chunks, it puts it in juice. I mean, they make like a whole big they make like what
Well,
they do
as
is
soon
they
as
make
it comes out, it starts scrounging for coins
right?
from the bottom of the fountain.
But they put it
It
in
just
a
starts-
they put it in
Its
sort of
hands just scrambling
there is a
around.
thing called the pulpy. It's called the pulpy birthing bed, and it's just made out of orange pulp. And you like that, so the baby has something to land on before it hits, and then it rolls on its side, and it, like Brian says, scrounges for coins.
yeah,
Yeah,
Hobotangs are fucking awful.
they're awesome at the same time.
You know, they have built-in pockets in their flesh too when they're babies.
They do. Bitches be Hobotang.
Fill them up with coins.
They put the coins in there. You can hear them.
And then you take your baby down to Coinstar.
But that's
That's how you get it weighed.
well, that's how
you get it weighed.
but that's also how you know your baby's coming. It's like a
Yeah.
bell when you hear the jingling of change. So you don't always have to pay attention
Yeah.
to them. You can put your baby in the kitchen. You can go do whatever you want. Like if you're selling acai berry online, and then you hear jingle, 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 and now here comes my baby
Yeah.
because it's got coins in its skin.
Yeah.
it's
Skin
skin
pockets.
packets.
Yeah.
Skin pockets. In the skin pockets. This is already my favorite episode of the whole fucking
I'm
whole
glad
run.
I could come in and contribute to the mythos.
Yeah.
Of,
You know, Brian's the one that fucking wrote me and goes, why are we not turning your thing into magic? This was during the Mitch years. Brian wrote me and said, I'm ready to play Mitch. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I know.
Let's
We'll
turn this
do
into
it as soon as I have a couple of fucking hours without that goddamn kid.
Oh my God. So now I'm just going to throw this out there, and this is just something that happened
Talking
last
about
night.
parenting?
Yeah.
Because now we're on parenting.
We're on parenting a little bit.
We moved into the topic of parenting.
It's all right. A lot of our listeners are
you
parents.
must love now that you have other guys that are, because for the longest time you were one of your only friends. You have no, I mean of our group. No, that had a baby, that had kids.
Right. Since I'm about
Freshman
five.
year of high
Since
school
I'm
where
about-
I was my only
the
friend.
past 40
it's
years.
like that. Yeah.
The past
no,
40
you know
years,
what I
so.
mean.
No, you were your only friend.
It was. No, definitely.
No, of our group,
Yes.
you were one of the first ones to have kids.
The
and then
only-
you guys kind of,
the only
we
other
didn't see you for a little
long
while
time.
because
Yeah.
you were with your young kids and you were busy. And
I think people don't get that. They get it, but once you are there, you're fucking there, and then you're in that club, and then the people that make sense to you are the people you can talk to
I don't
about
see
it.
movies anymore. I don't do any of that. Yeah,
That shit-
things change.
Or you
I
fucking
saw a
work.
movie yesterday.
Yeah,
Right, but
I
it's
saw that.
Adjustment
the
Bureau.
hat one.
Hats!
Yeah.
Hats and doors!
I love fucking. Hey,
Do you like
I
hats
love
and
a hat.
doors?
I love and
You like hats and doors? You're gonna
I
love
hats
Adjustment
and
Bureau.
doors.
Was Inception not hatty enough for you?
Also, yeah.
Were there not
Also,
enough
can I tell you what I like in life? I like a good adjustment. I'll take an adjustment.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
There's a lot of adjustmenting in
Isn't adjustment something they do in Scientology?
It sounds like
That's
it.
what it's called. It is an adjustment. When someone comes over and lays their hands
Don't.
on you. Well, no, what I call
Don't.
that is a
Don't!
pod cuddle. Come on. Okay, so I'm just gonna so now I have kid, right? So I've got two little girls, and last night they're at the school they go to. They had their father-daughter dance. So all the dads bring their daughters, and it was an '80s themed dance, and so whatever.
I
So
don't
we all
like
went.
that it was called Sexy Time.
You know, at first it was weird, but when I got there, it made sense. So here's the thing. So they were playing Thriller or something like that, and there's a guy that instructs, that shows you
the girls know that music. Yours do.
No. Here's the thing. So this is what they do. So they've got a guy that basically there's a DJ and then a guy that it's like a dancing guy, and he basically shows the moves and all that kind of stuff. So True goes up and stands behind this guy, and I was watching her going, fuck, she's really she picked it up really quickly. Three parents, two of whom were child actors, were like, fuck, that's beyond. Are you watching this? I'm
Really?
like, yeah. They're like, yeah. So I was like, what do you mean? They go, she's just got that, like, she has a thing. Like, she's comfortable on stage and she picks this shit up and she kind of wants to be a performer or whatever.
no.
But two of them were
God.
intimating. So hang on. No, wait. No, let me
Hobble her legs.
No. So that's my instinct, right? And I was like, well, look, she's going to be who she is. But my one friend, who's a pretty solid dude, is like, she's just going to do that until you let her do that because she's not going to want to do anything else. And he's like, how's her schooling? I'm like, she's like me, a little bit of a daydreamer, can't quite get through a math problem without asking you about something else. 3 goes into 24, 3 goes into... Dinner soon, right? Can we get a cat? Like, I mean, truly, the little one is super smart. So anyway, so now that's been broached, that idea of like, do I send her? Do I let her go down that path? I mean, that's what that's what I do. She's 9, so I wouldn't put her in. There's no way I would try and audition her for anything. But do I say go down that path? Do I say take an acting class? Like, do you encourage
Does she love the Fresh Beat Band?
My friends produce the Fresh Beat Band.
They're really good.
They're a Fresh Beat Band.
Your friends don't produce it because I was watching it the other day and they said they do all their own music and stuff. Like, they do it. The Fresh Beat Band makes everything.
Okay. All right.
That's what they said.
We're not going to
All
talk
right.
about that show.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to fucking run out of here screaming.
Yeah,
One of those guys is 30. I looked up their ages because I was like, what the fuck? They're
They
old
terrify
people.
me.
Yeah, they should.
I
It's a
hate them.
30-year-old dude dancing around for little kids.
Scratch or whatever, the white kid?
Yes.
Flex or...
He's old.
Stretch
Yeah.
or-
The black dude won't reveal his age, and the other girls are like 26 and 27. They're all way too old to be doing that shit. All those people are
I'm not
fucking
gonna. I don't want to
creepy.
brag, but I've met and hung with the Fresh Beat Band.
Oh.
I'm telling you, our friends.
did you not-
They created and produced the show.
shit
How'd you not
that
punch them all to
That's
sleep?
the kind of shit that makes me want to shove a hanger up your asshole and then punch you until it breaks inside your body.
Why? Because they had kids at our school?
No, just because you've been around. If you see the Fresh Beat Band, you walk the other way.
I couldn't. I fucking couldn't. But so what do you do? So do you? Let's say, Rhodes. Do you?
Yeah.
We can cut that out if you don't say his name.
Yeah, no, that's
Okay.
cool. Yeah.
So let's say he decides at some point that he is going to play guitar. Like we all know where all of this
he's
shit
fine with
leads.
guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And all of us have fucked up for a while. Like,
Well, we've
what I'm
talked
saying
about
is,
the
what do you
acting
do?
thing, too.
Right.
Because he's super fucking cute. Like, we could put him to work right now.
Right.
And, like, Melanie's at that point. No. You know, or kind of...
want to tell people
More
that-
like in the
you
more
kinda
when he was
want-
1, like when they when the baby, like he
Right.
was really just a cute baby. Like now it'd be harder to kind of get him to concentrate
Right.
and do stuff
Yeah, now you
because
can't
he's
get him to
almost 2.
focus on anything.
Yeah,
Little
but
freaks.
But the experiment as a whole,
But,
the
yeah.
child actor experiment as a whole, has gone incredibly wrong.
Let me tell you,
almost 99% of the time, right?
I was at the farmer's market, and there was a kid who was like 10. He was clearly on vacation, but he was like a cute kid. And this woman walks up, and in front of the kid goes, "Do you act?" And goes to the parents, "I would love to get him on and bring him in for casting and stuff." If someone did that in front of my kid, I would want to fucking break their nose, because that's not. You don't want, like, how about
yeah,
I
you
have
shouldn't
that
present it to
discussion,
them, yeah,
but not
yeah.
in front of my fucking kid, you jackass.
Right.
go up to
So-
the parent. Go
But
up
they're
to,
gonna-
you don't go up to the kid
but
and
I
go,
also-
"Hey, do you want it? Yeah, do you like candy?"
yeah, bullshit.
But don't you
But
think,
that's what
though,
the-
as a performer,
like
you either
fun.
want to do this or you don't? Like, I mean, for most people, it's a terrifying thing to want to perform, and most people do
Right.
not want to be on something or in something. I guess
Oh,
is
I
what
would
I'm saying.
want to be in something.
I've
How do you
seen the
say?
other
How do you
side.
say
I've
to
seen
your
both
kids,
sides, so
you can
yeah, I
do
mean-
anything you want to do, but you can't do this because you'll fucking end up like Lindsay Lohan?
No, I would.
What you mean?
I would never do
Great-
that. I
great
think I would
drugs?
tell him just how hard it is, and that if he wants to do it,
The only thing Amir and I said was,
I would try to discourage it. I would say, because I've seen.
or if you use the word study, like you can do this, but you have to study it.
Right.
Like you have to actually, like it'd be fun, but you have to go into a class, and then you have to work. You know what I mean? Like you have to have skills.
You might.
I feel like hey, that's cool. You can do that when you're 18, but let's focus on.
I wonder how many
other shit
kids
right now. That's
You know,
how I
I'd
feel.
like to hear real
You can
stories
also-
like how many
also-
kids do like 2 auditions and then never go again because
Right.
it sucked so bad.
Dude,
Like-
because I do commercials, so it's so horrible, especially when the recession started. I would constantly be in auditions, and you audition with other people. So there'd be a kid in there who didn't want to be there, who was there because his parents needed money, and he was just upset. And they would try to get him to act, and it would just be a fucking bummer.
Yeah.
Just a bummer. So there's kids that are forced into it. There are a lot of kids who don't like it, but there's a lot of kids that love it. And then your whole life is driving your kid to some fucking audition,
Right.
which I hate driving myself to auditions.
And they don't all turn out bad or any of that.
No, they do.
Yeah, and I'm not even talking about.
102% become heroin addicts and prostitutes.
No, I think if you're cool, you can raise a cool kid no matter what he's doing when he's young. And,
So you're fucked then.
Oh man,
I guess
man.
those Zach and Cody kids, they're like teenagers now, and they're like 2 of the most normal kids I've ever met, like in the business. And
So
I've
far.
done a bunch of, I've worked with young kids that
There's a lot of
they're
creepy
obviously
ones.
fucked up and they're
Yeah.
creepy and their parents are
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
And there was kids that we had on Mr. Show that we didn't even want to be around them.
Yeah.
The parents or the kids when
Yeah.
they would come on our show.
They're
Because
awful.
it's
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah,
like, shoot them, get them the hell out of here. We don't
Yeah.
want to talk to them. They're so
No, well,
weird.
sometimes I
you
do.
know.
I'm on
But-
commercials with kids, and they're just so show busy. It's creepy.
Yeah, that's what
Creepy.
we had. Some people like that.
One of the strangest moments I ever in my entire life was seeing Dakota Fanning at a very young age say to, I think it was after the I Am Sam or whatever it is, where she said to Letterman, I read this script and I just fell in love with it. You're
Yeah,
6.
that's so weird.
That's how I feel about Curious George.
Oh my God, that's so weird. But that's like so. I'm not even talking about auditions. I'm just like talking about the whole idea of like going in that general direction. Especially
scary.
when the only thing that her father's doing successfully now is complaining about it in a closet.
Yeah, but what if your dad, when you were 19 or 20, told you that stand-up is stupid and silly and
No, totally. And my
No.
my parents felt like I should go into show business because they felt like there was no other option. They were like, that's what. I mean, my mom always was.
my
down.
mom was
no
so
other
encouraging.
option.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, you're not. What are you gonna do? You're gonna cut into somebody.
Yeah.
You're gonna get somebody off on a case.
That's
you're
how-
gonna
We're not
slice
giving you a
into
piece
somebody.
of our dog show empire.
Oh my
You
God.
can barely do that.
Are you gonna build you're gonna do the math to make a
You're gonna
building?
use your brain.
Come
That's
on.
how clowns start.
Look at you,
That's
dude.
exactly how clowns start.
Only one of your eyes work at a time. Let's
Your
see if we
parents
can. Let's just see.
At a young age,
Turn
were so
falling down into
disappointed.
something. Turn your falling down into something.
They were so
no,
disappointed.
I don't think it wasn't disappointed. My parents had realistic, very low expectations. That way, they were always pleased. He fucking walked across the yard without falling down. Outstanding work.
I was in a play when I was like in 5th grade, and there was someone there from ACT in San Francisco, and like there was an agent involved, and they wanted me to go in and do it, and I was just like, no, that's like a bit much. Like, I like being on stage, but then the bigger part of it
Right.
was just like, no, that's weird. I didn't want to do it, so I bailed on it. But
And
I
how'd
always,
that work out for
but
you?
I would always sort of regret it as I got older that I didn't try that. But at the same
Yeah.
time, fuck, look how
Did
fucked
you
up I
research
was
it?
already.
Did you know what ACT was at that point?
My dad,
Yeah.
my dad knew what it was. Yeah, and I remember checking it out and finding out what it was. But I went online.
yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't even go online.
Oh, yeah, it was the
Couldn't even
first time.
fucking Google it.
Not in the 1980s.
Yeah, I knew what ACT was, or I found out at that
Yeah.
time. I ended up going. Oh, here's a good one. So everyone in the school knew I should be an actor or something, or a fucking comedy guy or whatever it was. I was really bad at it. By the time 5th grade hit, I was terrible at school. Like, I just didn't give a shit. And one of my teachers was like, well, let's get him into some sort of entertainment thing that'll focus his crazy energy. So they sent me to a mime school. Mime school for kids. And I'm like, fuck, all right. Like, even in 5th grade, I was like, mimes? So I go to the mime school, and they're like, and it's a bunch of kids my age, right?
You know,
And
this
they're
wouldn't
all-
exist any other place in the country.
Except Marin.
Except for Northern California.
yeah,
There's
totally.
no fucking mime school in the middle of Kansas.
It was
Yeah.
either that or it was like the American Taliban guy. They shipped me off to Yemen to find myself.
Yeah.
So,
That mime school is just morphed into that thing that, you know, that thing that guys do with sticks at the Dead shows? You know, where you hit the two hit sticks to hit the third stick? That's what it is now. They just mimed and morphed into that.
Yeah.
It's just shit. It's all stuff, performance shit you can do in a park.
yes,
You know, you can do like that. And,
Didgeridoo.
Right. Yeah.
So they sent me to this mime school. It's like 10 kids, and they're all fucking like, they're all weird. They're all
Hippie-
kids who sought
kids.
out
Yeah,
mime
yeah,
school.
yeah.
They're not even hippies. They're just weird kids.
Right.
They wanted mime.
Obsessed.
I didn't want mime. For me, mime was like, shit, I get out of school. Fucking great. I don't have to go to school. So now I'm in this thing, and I remember the first day, they're like, here's how you throw a fake ball. And I was like, and I started doing it. I was like, hey, buddy, catch. And I started fucking around. Like, I'd like throw my fake ball at other kids, and that was not cool. Yeah. And so I was immediately like ostracized from the group.
Uh-huh.
But I still was also playing sports. And one time, I don't know how my fucking dad didn't say wipe off the goddamn makeup, but I immediately left mime school and went to a baseball game, and I've got mime makeup on my fucking face. And so the kid, like the first time I'm at bat, the dude beams me because he's like, "Look at the fucking mime."
Well,
and then I'm getting
You look like one of the Furies from the Warriors.
right? I should have looked cool.
love
They should have
that.
been scared of me.
Yeah.
But they weren't. So now I have a reputation as being some stupid ass mime in the baseball world.
I love that. And your dad didn't fucking. Your dad knew exactly what he was doing.
He must have.
Your
right?
dad?
Yeah.
Your dad?
Yeah, he must have.
No, your dad.
I could tell you some baseball stories. My dad used to get kicked out.
Is your dad's idea for you not to go to acting school? ACT, glug glug, no.
No, he wanted me to go.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, because he was all about me being successful, and then he could brag about it.
Oh.
Okay.
So he's a hero.
How'd that work?
Yeah, not that well.
Yeah, no, it's great because he never says anything to me. He says it. No, fuck you.
He'll
you
say
know
it to
the
me.
story.
My email is.
So I'm like 4 classes in, and we're all in our makeup, and something happened. I don't know what happened in the class, but it was the usual. Okay, now you're in a wall, and I'm like slap, slap, slap. I'm like making noise, so they get mad at me. And then we take a break, and I'm sitting outside. I'm like drinking like a soda or whatever, and all the mimes come up, and they've all got their mouth like full, and they had all gone over to the water fountain, and they had gotten their mouth full of water, and they walk up, and they all spit water on me. It was like this horrible fucking mime attack.
oh my god.
And then they started chasing me and like swinging at me, and I was like, "Fucking mimes!" Like running across the campus, and it was a college I'm in. So all these people were like, "What the fuck is happening?" Like these group of mimes attacking
You got
me.
you got mime water bukakied. They gangbanged you with water, dude. By mimes, like
How
you
old
fucking.
were you?
I was in the 5th grade.
That's a nightmare.
That's
like a
fucking-
fucking nightmare. That's so fucking weird.
Right.
And also,
Isn't that
like,
horrible?
what about a guy?
But
that
also, they had a meeting. They had a little mime
Yeah.
meeting that they were, it wasn't one person didn't do it and everybody went, oh, let's do that. They
Yeah.
went, hey, I got this
Hey,
idea, but
hey,
but,
check
but
this
they
out.
they mimed it. They
And
were,
the guy, I remember the leader of the pack was like this big, fat, like angry mime. And that's the thing. Like they all sat down and went, look, fucking Talkie over there is ruining mime, and if we let him keep going and being a Talkie mime, he's gonna ruin mime. So maybe I was a threat. I was a threat to mimes.
You might have been.
Is that the worst fucking? Still scarred, man. Still hit me.
oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
you know
yeah.
my horrible thing that totally reminds me of. My freshman year of high school, I told you this story, right? All the friends that I had from 8th grade, we got to high school, and they all realized during the first week that it was going to be rough going if they hung out with me, because I was already getting picked on by the older kids and right away. So they had a meeting, and as we were walking to lunch, we would walk off campus every day to go to a deli. And they all threw rocks and dirt clods at me.
Oh God!
Like I was a stray dog. Freshman. Like, not like 5th grade. That's not,
Yeah.
because that's 5th grade weird shit, but to then happen,
Well, that's how you know.
Fuck.
That's how you know you're out.
yeah.
The only experience I've had like that doesn't even fucking compare. And I joined the bowling team in college. I got dumped, and I don't know why, but I thought I'm going to be the weird guy that joins a bowling team. So I joined the bowling team, and I'm an okay bowler, but I'm not really like a great bowler, but I just wasn't like any of them. That's a whole different crew, guys. So we're all bowling, and for some reason, all the guys just fucking, like, at some point they made a sign. They all got their balls, and they went and they took them to another lane. And like a weird, like a shit thing that happens in nature. Like a thing that happens in nature when they kick a bird out of the nest.
There wasn't time for a meeting. It was
no,
all
they just got up. They just went. You are not one of us. And I was like,
wow.
They were never mean to me. I was never mean to them. They all just did this ritual thing of like, fuck you, and they all moved to another lane. And I was like by myself. I don't know if it was the earrings or what it was, but they were like, you are out. And that was it. And the guy goes, hey man, look, you can stay on the team, but you can't be on the travel squad because nobody wants you around. How about that?
Wow.
How about that?
We I got one. I'll tell it in the next segment about being on the other side of that because I was on both sides.
Oh, the bully thing?
No, attacking friends.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll do that on the side, on the flips. We'll be right back. Walking the Room, segment 3.
Larry Ratto is a guy I grew up with. He's my best friend for years. From like literally, he lived across the street when I was 4.
Yeah.
And we stayed best friends until 8th grade. And in 8th grade, I started hanging out with the cool kids, the fucking the big dudes in the school.
This is a sad segment. This is a sad segment.
And Larry wasn't a cool
Did you shit on
kid.
his house?
That's a really good guess. So Larry's not a cool kid.
My heart. The fact that his name is Larry.
Yeah.
This almost feels like a script.
Yeah. And he's a little bit pudgy.
Oh fuck.
And so, and up until that time, Larry, up until we went to junior high
Wait a
school,
minute.
junior high school's a
This
different
is the
school.
fucking Emilio Estevez speech from fucking Breakfast Club. You're just telling somebody else's story. His name was Larry too. He taped his fucking ass cheeks
Is
together.
that true? I didn't tape it. I didn't take him in his ass cheeks. I would never tape another gentleman's ass cheeks
Oh my
together.
God. Yeah.
Those things need to fly and they need to be free.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, for you.
Free range anuses is how I've always felt. So I started hanging out with these guys who were cool, and the reason that they started hanging out with me is because I had big fucking afro, and we were sitting in class, and one of them was like, "Hey, dude," and I wasn't paying attention. I was just fucking like looking out the window, dude. And they were like, how fucking high is this guy? And they started calling me Space Case. Like, Space Case! And I finally looked over and they're like, look at this guy! And all of a sudden I was in with them.
Right?
Like, that's how it works.
Got it.
So now I'm in with these
It did
guys.
kind of work that way, right? They just made a decision about you, arbitrary or not, and that was who you were.
Yeah. So now I started hanging out with this crew, and then you slowly start going, and then they're like, you're friends with that guy? I'm not friends with Larry. I mean, I knew him growing up, but fucking Larry?
Oh, you sold him out.
Fuck yes. I
Oh
sold
my
him out a
God,
fucking
dude.
heartbeat. I've never been with the cool kids before. So then there's it's like lunchtime, and there was like this cliff we weren't supposed to go on, and then there's the school fence. So we climbed up the cliff, and we're sitting on the fence, like leaning back, like watching everyone from above. And Larry comes up and sits down, and they're like, "What the fuck's this guy doing here?" Blah blah. And then we ended up taking off Larry's shoes and throwing them over the fence. Okay, so it gets worse.
Fuck, dude.
So now to get to the shoes, you got to walk all the way off the school grounds and all like a field-sized fence.
Yeah,
You got to
yeah,
walk
yeah.
all the way down the street and then back over to get your shoes. So now I have to sit there while Larry makes the slow walk, and I'm still sitting at the fence when he walks over, and they're like making fun of him, and he just makes eye contact. He doesn't say anything, just the eye contact. Of like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And as he walks over and picks up his shoes, I'm just like, I'm cool. I'm fucking cool.
What was his
I'm a
name?
cool guy. Larry Ratto. Went on to be in a metal band.
You did shit on his house.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I did shit on his house.
The fucking dignity is very radical. When I was growing
High
up,
school shit. What grade was that?
It was 8th grade.
Oh yeah,
dude, I did it.
By senior year, kids weren't that mean. I think by senior year, you're thinking about fucking, and you want your Camaro.
And also, you
want to get gas for your Camaro,
right?
and
But
you wanna
also,
you know what I mean.
you
It's all
also-
those things are important.
You also know it's almost over.
Yeah.
And you're about to go fucking be
like
that guy
I had
again
totally
in
turned
college.
shit around by the end. But like junior year, I was okay, and then junior, senior were fun. But those beginning years, those were the awful ones. And I had this guy. I defended a special ed kid. They threw at these kids.
No.
These kids.
Dude, you don't do that. You let them get taken
you don't know
apart.
the rules,
Brian,
man.
they don't even know it's happening to them. They don't know.
He's not even there. He's inside in the locker room.
He's not
And
even there?
No, he's in the locker room. They take his shoes outside of the gym and throw them up onto the roof of the
Yeah.
gym.
Were they metal
climb
shoes?
Up.
Did they clank? Clank, clank,
no.
clank.
He wasn't
Were they
Forrest
attached?
Gump, dude.
Were they attached?
Oh my god, dude.
Sorry. Anyway, they throw this kid's shoes up. I see it happen. I go, those are this kid's shoes. I'm going to go get them. So I climb up onto the fence and get up onto the roof.
Oh, no.
And climb back down with the shoes. The kids that see me do that or that threw them up there, they all corner me. They're younger than me.
Well,
I'm a sophomore
let me just
at
say
this
something
point.
right now. You're basically a snitch.
I know, but these are freshman asshole kids, and I'm a sophomore, but I also was totally nonviolent.
But they were in a pack, right?
Yeah, and they were bully kids. They were they were all jocks, and they were just instantly pushing me like, "Hey, throw those back! Put those back up there." And they made me put them back up there.
Well, to be honest, you should have been raped.
Then they told the kid
Right?
that I threw him up there in the first place.
Oh no!
Yes,
Dude, you've been in prison.
So this
is prison, dude. You're the dude who has to go shank a guy because you told me he was going to get shanked.
Dude, have
So
you
this
ever
is
heard the
fifth
phrase?
period
You know the
PE.
phrase, the bitch in the middle?
This is the bitch in the middle.
This
Jesus
is fifth
Christ.
period PE,
Bitch
and I'm
in
like,
the middle.
Shut up, lock up.
fuck.
Oh,
Now I know at the end of the day, it's all going to come around when we get back into the,
When everyone
whatever
gets
you
back
call
together.
that area,
And you're fucking-
lock up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So but this happens.
Yeah, are you talking about when you're back in the housing block or out in the yard? You're back in the housing block.
Me and the special ed kid ride the same school bus home.
Of course you do.
So I'm walking to my
Little
bus knowing that, no, it's a normal size bus. 'cause
not for
I'm on
Brian.
it.
Every bus is a little bus for Posehn, dude. It's fucking 6'9".
He comes running up with the other guys, all these guys egging him on.
Oh,
All
yeah,
these
now he's
jock
gonna
kids
fight you.
Who now are his best friend.
Yeah.
You know,
This is how it works.
and they make this kid call me out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to hit you, in
And
my
then he
head.
hits you.
Yeah, oh yeah. And I already know because I go, if I hit the retard, then I'm the kid that hit the retard
Yeah.
for the rest of the school
Yeah.
year.
This is how girls get to beat up guys.
Well, I'd already gotten beaten up by a girl at that point,
I had a girl.
so I knew that story.
I had a girl wailing on me once, and I was like, "I'm not
Yeah.
gonna fucking
Yeah,
hit you.
same
You're a girl."
happened,
And then they're like,
same thing.
"Can't beat you up." I'm like, "No, it's because I'm not a fucking dick and I don't hit girls."
No, I had another girl defend me, and then I was forever the guy that had Tracy kick the other girl's ass. So I don't hit the retard. He hits me with a Space 1999 lunchbox.
Oh, fuck, dude. Boom.
You know,
I like that show too.
This story
Don't
would-
hit me.
You know what would be awesome about this story is if you still had Space 1999 plastered on your head and like an indent.
God.
No, you know
That'd
what'd be
be
awesome?
fucking awesome.
If I just knocked that kid out. I just fucking
Yes!
clocked the retard and
my
then
God.
just yelled at the jocks like, "Look what you made me do!" That's how that story should have ended. And then that was my last day at that school. My mom had to move to Napa, take me somewhere else.
Jesus Christ. Follows you around through all of your stand-up. It's like it's like that weird, like, did he rape somebody? No, he beat
Except
a retard.
Today it would be online if that happened today.
Yeah.
Like, you're the guy who beat up the retard.
Oh yeah, I talked about that on stage about how the horrible things that happened to me in high school.
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't have fucking YouTube.
Oh my God, no,
or
shit.
fucking phone cameras and
No,
camera
I'm telling you, you got to train your kids to be bullies.
I fucking when my family moved to Marin, I went from school in San Francisco called Town to the public school called Ross. So I went to Ross school. So a couple years later, one of the kids from town comes to the school.
Yeah, all the secrets.
Tom
come with it.
Lampert. Now,
Fucking Lampert.
and Lampert's like kind of a weird looking guy, but he's a nice guy. And I had an option. I was like, hey, help this guy become friends, because I was sort of popular. Help this guy become friends or not.
Yeah.
And I chose not.
Burn
and I
him,
fucking
dude.
started calling him the mosquito because he had big eyes.
Yes, burn him.
No, listen to this. Hang on.
Oh, the mosquito's gonna
Mosquito,
sting.
mosquito, mosquito, mosquito. All day I call him mosquito. Finally, he just picks up a basketball, and I'm standing right next to the fucking basket, right by the pole, right? Those outdoor
so you can
things
hit-
like that.
yeah.
Fucking the next thing I know, it's some time has passed, and I'm being picked up off the ground by the principal. He fucking hit me in the head with the basketball. The basketball hit, like,
And
it
you
smashed
hit
me
your
into
head
the
in the
pole,
pole.
knocked me out. Not only that, he then became the most popular kid in school. and then would not let me be friends with him for 2 or 3 years after that. Like, I played the wrong card, took a basketball to the head, and then fucking wanted to be friends with him. He would then go on to be...
Did he become popular because he kicked the shit out of you?
Yeah, just because he fucking said, I'm not taking bullshit while I'm here. And then everyone
Wow.
was like, and he was kind of a good athlete. He actually went on and fucking played water polo at Stanford. And then he ended up a postman and a little bit fucking crazy.
Really?
He became a crazy postman. Yeah.
And threw basketballs at people's heads and
He was
yelled
fucking
no.
weird. He was his
Like Kevin Costner, I'm gonna rule the world.
Don't call me a
post-apocalypse.
He drank his own urine, yeah. Yeah, like Waterworld. I just took 2 movies and put them together.
like
I did
it.
not use The Postman.
I like
I
it.
used Waterworld.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I was pretty lucky with the bullying. I was somewhere in the middle. I didn't get bullied a lot, but I definitely, that feeling of like, I sold out my neighbor. I sold him out because I wanted to be friends with the kid across the street who was the voice of Peppermint Patty. His name was Kipper DeFario, and he was cool and he had long hair. And so I pretended that someone had said something about him.
Yeah, totally.
Back the fuck up.
I live-
in your world. A boy who is the voice of Peppermint Patty is cool. That's
Everyone
what's
liked
happening in
him.
your world.
Everyone liked him. He was cool looking. His name was Kipper DeFario. His parents were hippies. They had a
Whoa,
Porsche.
whoa.
They had the whole
His
thing.
name was Kipper, and he was cool.
Kipper DeFario, man. His parents had a Porsche. Dad had a beard.
That
You
dude
knew
was
kids with weird names up in the North Bay, certainly.
come on,
Yeah, we
man.
all knew
we fucking
rich
we
kids
took
and
care of them.
rich
We
hippie kids. And,
ostracized.
I went to school with a Kylo Ginsburg.
I
Oh,
went to-
yeah.
I went to school with Creek Hart, the drummer for Grateful
Go ahead
Dead.
and think about that. Not the. What
Grateful
about
Dead.
Jaime Creighton?
Jaime Creighton.
Yeah, Jaime Creighton and Eddie Bryce, who used to pull his eyebrows out. He
What?
fucking just was bald up here and always looked like he had cancer.
Because he thought it looked good?
He just wouldn't. No, just
Oh, it was a
fucking
nervous
OCD.
condition.
Yeah, pull them out, and his eyelashes would always fall out too. So he had no eyelashes like that, and he was always plucking on his thing. Eddie Bryce. Don't you guys have weirdos from your past like
No,
that?
are you thinking
Yeah,
of,
oh,
you
yeah.
think you're thinking of Powder?
Brian Posehn, a guy I
You went to
started with.
school
Remember that guy?
You went to school with Powder. You're thinking of Powder. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always get whenever I always think that that's real, but then I remember it was the movie Powder. It didn't actually happen. That guy wasn't real.
No, he could run.
No,
through
you're thinking
No,
of
he was
Powder.
electricity.
You're thinking
he
of
was a
Powder.
living embodiment. No,
Did he
no,
and
think-
made all the
you with his
spoons come
power?
together, right? Yeah.
no, Jeff Goldblum did. Jeff Goldblum fingered me, and then
No, the
he ran
director
across a
did.
field and
Yeah,
turned
yeah.
to mud.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
the director just jerked off during the whole thing, but we had to do the scene over and over and over again. And scene. And that's what heckling is. It's fucking bullying.
I had one the other night.
It's just
2 nights ago.
Isn't it weird? Like
I walked out and
does
right away just saw him and went, "Oh, there's the bully. There he is." I hadn't even said a joke and he was already frowny.
Now let me ask you this.
You know, and here's the thing.
But you're at a point. Let me
I
ask you this:
sold out.
how's that possible?
This is what I don't get. Like,
yeah,
this
you
is when,
these are
like-
people that come to see you. This isn't like the old days.
No. Friday, I knew my Saturday shows were sold out. So part of me was like, oh, the Saturday shows will be fun because everybody that's here wanted to be here. They bought tickets in fucking
Yeah.
advance.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And then that's not the case. Then, you know, and I still
Well, every once in a
have
while,
those
someone brings
pockets
a
where I have to
friend.
work. Well, there was people that are just there by mistake, older people, you know,
Right.
arms crossed after the show going, he lost me. You
that's
know?
not comedy.
Yeah.
But that's expected. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it
comedy
happens.
in general.
It still
That's
happens
comedy
to
in
me.
general.
It doesn't happen at rock clubs.
Well, no,
There's still
that's
some people. There'll be the one drunk asshole who went along, thought he'd have a little more fun than he did, but it's so much a smaller segment. as
But when
opposed
you
to,
do
like,
rock
the
clubs,
comedy.
do you play music? Or
No.
Do you sing to track?
No,
You do
but
any
it's
of your
just
metal
me.
stuff?
I mean, no, I'm
Right.
just doing an hour after.
Do they ever come expecting to hear metal by numbers?
Sometimes people ask why I don't do that.
Yeah.
But no, there's still, you know, it's like comedians of comedy. They know it's just going to be me doing a headlining set.
But you
in
have a
that-
reputation for having done comedians of
Yeah.
comedy. You have the reputation for doing that kind of stuff.
Right.
So
but
it's
I still
rare.
I still have to do comedy clubs during the year, and they're still not fun, man. And it's still
You called me last year, dude. You were freaked out. It's
yeah,
weird.
I'm having more fun than I was last year. That was I had gotten into a space where I just and it was my kid was a year. I'd just gone through a thing where we were really worried about his health, and I was still had to be out on the road all the time. And
Right.
He's getting tested, and I'm coming home and going back for more tests, and I'd gone
Worst.
through a rough thing, and the things were okay at this point, but I was still like now going through just missing him and just already not loving being like when we were kids. I didn't love being a road comic.
You know
That
what?
wasn't my favorite thing, and now that's kind of how I live.
There's a
It's-
solution. Here's the deal.
don't be a road dude.
No. You can go out on the road. You bring me. I shave my head. I just
And you pretend
when
to be
we're not
Rhodes, you
doing
pretend
shows.
to be my baby.
I'm in my diaper, just running around your room. It's fucking
Well, that's
perfect.
that's sort of
It's
what this.
perfect.
Well, that's sort of
Just
what this.
shit in my pants. You wipe my ass
That's
off.
what this
So-
podcast is. That's essentially what you and I do. You fucking get shit everywhere, and I clean it up. And that's how it is.
that
And you're a
Is
baby.
this that bully thing you don't do anymore? Is that what?
No.
what this is? Is this
No, I don't
when-
think
is this
so.
When you're not a bully?
No, did I say I'm not a bully? No, I never said I wasn't.
didn't.
No, I didn't. Yeah. Okay. On point then. On
Just-
point. On point.
Winning.
Griffin. Why'd you say winning?
Winning.
Don't say that.
Losing.
You're friends
Not
with Sheen,
catching
right?
on.
You're
Oh
friends
yeah,
with Sheen,
yeah,
right?
totally, yeah.
You know Sheen.
I'm his
He's in your
dealer.
circle.
All right, we got to.
You didn't know that.
Do we? Why?
Because we're.
Why don't we fucking cut it in half? Just clip it and snip it. Bring it down to the other end. Can we snip
What
it?
does that
Make a
mean?
bonus segment? Make a
Don't
bonus
we have
segment.
like 5 left? Like, are we doing 20 segments? 20
Well,
minutes?
no, we did. We went long.
Oh, okay.
Our stupid ass guest has been Brian Posehn. That was pretty
Posehn.
cool, right?
Yeah, that was really
Like sometimes you and I
fucking
are in sync.
Yeah, no, it was good. Stupid ass guest has been Brian.
If you don't like
Posehn.
me, we don't have to do this.
You can see him on television. I'm sure. I don't really give a fuck.
No, I do.
He probably has an album coming out. No one fucking cares.
Except for the 11 fucking million fans he has on Twitter. More people care about him than don't care about us.
Okay, so
That's a lot of people because most people don't care about us.
You can-
That means that even more people to the moon like Brian. BrianPosehn.com. You can get him at Twitter at Brian Posehn.
The Brian Posehn.
Oh, the Brian Posehn.
and you can email us at walkingtheroom at gmail. You can find us on Facebook at Walking the Room. We will have a new webpage up, brand new Walking the Room webpage up on April 18th.
Yeah, but I think something's going to go up sooner so you can get on the mailing list. And then also, Glitter Done.
Glitter done.